As I've discussed on this channel a whole bunch of times, one of the biggest barriers of entry for most users in terms of buying a foldable device is simply the price. These things are very, very expensive. In that same vein, about a week ago, I brought you guys a report coming primarily from TechReeve on Twitter, which stated that Samsung was going to target a mid-range foldable with a price between $400 and $500. They said this is a very aggressive goal, and in that video, I said, yeah, this is definitely a very aggressive goal. Now, of course, it wasn't just TechReef talking about this. This is a website called TrendForce, who tends to be kind of ahead of some things in terms of like supply chain for displays and things like that. They had also stated Samsung plans to introduce more competitively priced foldable phones. So there were a couple different things maybe pointing in the direction of Samsung releasing a mid-range lower priced foldable device. Of course, we also had the fact that Motorola is selling their Razr 2023 right now on Amazon for $499. So it kind of made sense, right? You could have a Z Flip A series or something like that, a Z Flip FE perhaps. And the idea that it could somehow be $499 made a lot of sense because, again, we have an example of a company doing precisely that right now. Granted, this is a sale, but the regular price, $699. Okay, but it's been $499 for a long time now, so they can definitely sell it at that price if they wanted to do it. You cut a few things back, and you could make that work. And honestly, I think it's something that these companies are absolutely considering, and they should be considering, because when you're talking about that barrier of entry, that price, people are, afraid of spending well over $1,000 on something that they're not familiar with. Well, a good way to breach that barrier is to make the thing much more affordable. And with Samsung, they've always got their finance, they've always got trade-in deals, so it could absolutely work. And then suddenly, you've got someone that maybe they only spent like $300 or something on this Z Flip FE with trade-ins and so forth, and they get it and they use it for a year and they like it and they have no problems with it. And then when the Z Fold 6 comes out, they're much more likely to then trade that thing in and go for the big one because now they feel more comfortable in this space. All of this stuff made some sense to me. However, I got to bring you this other side of this report now. As of November the 14th, we have this report from Korea. I'm not even going to try because I feel like I'm just going to embarrass myself and it's going to be like rude. So I'm not even going to try. It's this website here. I'll put a link to it in the description down below. Samsung denies rumors of cheaper foldable smartphone. And they have a quote coming directly from Samsung that reads as follows. We don't plan to manufacture foldable smartphones that are priced in the mid-range, and the latest rumors are groundless, a Samsung Electronics spokesperson said Tuesday. Now, keep in mind that these companies can, will, and often do lie to our faces. They will lie about these things left, right, and center. We've seen it a million times. So they're denying this rumor, but keep just a little bit in the back of your mind there that might be a lie that they're telling us here. And of course, this website is referencing TrendForce that I just referenced earlier. Supply chain sources have revealed Samsung is planning to bring foldable phones to the mid-range market next year, further reducing the price barrier. So you've got TrendForce, you got TechReef, who they also reference in this article, both saying, hey, there's movement within this supply chain, and that's usually a really good way to sort of predict these things. You're not going to have, companies manufacturing screens or hardware for phones that are never going to exist. And if these components are being made at lower specifications, right? Lower resolution for the screens, lower PPI for the screens. This would indicate that this is not going to be a flagship device. So there's a lot to kind of unpack here, okay? We have evidence that something is happening, but we also have Samsung straight up saying nothing's happening. So you're going to have to figure out who you're believing in this moment. And to be honest with you, good luck with that because there's just no way to know right now. Because like I said, Samsung will lie about these sorts of things. Why would they just say like, oh yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, we're making a No, they're not going to announce it until they're ready to announce it. So, typically you'll get like a no comment or something like that. But even a no comment in that would kind of be confirmation. So they don't want to reveal these plans. So again, saying it's not happening, maybe it means it's not happening. Maybe it means it is still happening. Definitely hard to say. But I wanted to give you guys an update on this story because the first bit went around, and now the second bit's going around saying that that's, absolutely not true. And I just don't think it's that cut and dry just yet. I would love to hear, though, what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Do you believe Samsung? Do you believe the supply chain? Which way are you leaning? Would you be interested in purchasing a mid-range, cheaper folding phone? Maybe you've not bought one yet, and that would be a good way for you to get in. Let me know in those comments down below. Subscribe before you leave. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, man.